따뜻한 햇살 아래 바람을 가르며 달리는 모트메인 가족들. 유명 베스트셀러 작가인 그는 도시 외곽의 성을 빌려 이사하는 중이었는데
Father had been let out, and Mother was laughing. Perhaps it really was a happy day.
비록 오래되고 낡았지만 창작가에게 있어 이곳은 무한한 상상력을 불러일으킬 수 있는 최적의 장소였죠.
Isn't it wonderful? I shall have this place if it costs me my last shilling. I will write masterpieces here.
그런데 10년의 세월이 흐르는 동안 그들의 생각처럼 밝은 미래가 펼쳐진 건 아니었습니다.
My hands have gone green.
But doesn't it make you feel godlike turning things a different color?
더 이상 글을 쓰지 못하는 아버지와 사고로 세상을 떠난 어머니를 대신하게 된 새엄마까지.
Don't let me interrupt the game.
Game? Game! There are droppings in this cupboard.
가세가 기울 대로 기운 모트메인 가문.
I've been drawing up our accounts. Income, nil. Outgoings. How much is the rent?
He hasn't paid it for 2 years. We'll end up living in a ditch.
At least the landlord's shuffled off this mortal coil. It's not unmitigated gloom.
결국 참다 못한 장녀 로즈는 집을 떠나려 하죠.
I put in London.
You haven't got the train fare.
I'm going to the vicarage to borrow from the poor box.
If you really want to make your fortune, choose a wealthy man and marry him respectably.
Like you did with Father.
You don't mean it, Rose.
Get off, Topaz. You're not our mother.
I do my best.
Well, it's not good.
설상가상 가족의 생명줄과도 같은 아버지의 인쇄 수입마저 끊겨버리고
Nothing this year.
There's never been nothing before.
First time for everything.
아무것도 남지 않은 상황이지만 집안일을 돕는 스티븐은 묵묵히 이들의 곁을 지키죠.
It's Holnut.
Oh, Stephen, you shouldn't have.
Don't you like Holnut?
I mean, you shouldn't have spent your money on me.
There isn't any food in the house.
Topaz has said that viewed from a certain angle, Stephen looks like all the Greek gods rolled into one. I've known him since I was 7. He's like a brother to me. Anything else would be much too confusing.
그때 누군가 집 안으로 들어오는데
I should warn you. I'm having a bath behind here.
I'm sorry.
성의 주인이 사망하며 사이먼과 닐 형제가 상속자 자격으로 이곳을 찾은 것이었죠.
Oh, I thought you were a child.
No.
Our father died a little while ago in Montana, and I seem to be in charge of the estate now. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Careful!
부잣집 형제의 등장을 두고 로즈는 하늘이 자신에게 준 기회라 생각하는데요.
Which one do you like?
Simon. He's the eldest. It's his estate now and his fortune.
Rose, you're making too much of it. But you couldn't marry that man with the beard.
I'd marry a chimpanzee if he had money.
그렇게 로즈는 기회를 잡기 위해 적극적으로 행동에 나서죠.
Simon, you may turn the pages for me.
I'm afraid I don't read music. I don't either.
That need not detain us. Come on. Blow, blow, the wind, unkind as
하지만 이는 역효과를 불러일으키는데
You were lucky to get out alive. You own Scotney Hall. 7,000 acres in their house. And they obviously don't have a cent.
She can't help that.
Well, she can't help being so darn...
그때 창고에서 글을 쓰고 있던 카산드라가 이들의 대화를 모두 엿듣게 됩니다.
We're gonna have to drop them, Simon. If we don't, you could end up in a very awkward situation.
I guess so.
It's a pity we didn't see that kid again, though.
The one with the glasses or the one in the bathtub?
The bathtub. It's quite funny.
I'll practice this one for next time. It uses the keys that don't stick. The very thought of you.
Rose thinks she gave an irresistible performance. I ought to tell her the truth, but I can't bear to. She's the only woman in the house with a smile on her face.
Everyone
한편 카산드라와 스티븐의 묘한 관계는 현재 진행 중이었는데요.
What did you think of them?
I mean, they were incredibly well turned out, but not naturally good looking like some people.
Miss Cassandra,
I wish you'd stop calling me miss. It's just not the way things are anymore.
the first day we ever came here, my mother said that you and Miss Rose were young ladies. And I also addressed you respectfully. Would I be presuming if I asked you to come for a walk with me?
When the bluebells hurt.
No. You wouldn't.
시간이 지나도 사이먼이 찾아오지 않자 로즈의 불안은 극도로 심해지고
I went out of my way to be flirtatious and provocative. That's what men are meant to like.
과거 글을 쓰며 예민해진 모트메이는 아내와 다툼이 잦아졌죠.
Bloody thing! Just... I'm quite calm, thank you. Shut up!
But to kill one's wife with a cake knife would be an extraordinarily tedious business involving sawing her to death.
그러나 아버지에게 유죄가 선고되고
Take him down.
We've been living in a boarding house. Only for 4 months.
It won't happen again.
Aunt Millicent is dead, and she has left you a portion of her wardrobe.
유산을 상속받기 위해 자매는 런던으로 향하는데
Give up everything I have for a little black suit with suede accessories.
하지만 고모가 물려주신 옷은 모피 코트였죠.
I look like a bear.
It is bear, madam, and young madam's is monkey. If I might point out, madam, this is a high-class department store. We do not deal in second-hand goods. We only refrigerate the furs of favored clients.
그렇게 다시 마을로 돌아오는 길.
No, Simon,
Oh my God! Neil and Simon Cotton are standing on the platform.
그들에게 창피한 모습을 보이고 싶지 않았던 로즈는 동생과 함께 몸을 숨기죠.
Mind the milk churns.
what was that? It's a bear! And it's been scavenging for food!
닐의 오해로 일은 걷잡을 수 없이 커져버리는데
Okay, we've tried to head away from the railway line. I'll go this way.
Go back to the station. Go back to the station. Wait for me there.
이날 사건으로 형제의 어머니에게 저녁 식사를 초대받게 되는 로즈와 가족들.
Neil, be careful with her.
You need to learn a slow fox, a quick step, a tango, and how to smoke.
남은 시간은 단 일주일. 가족들은 로즈에게 모든 것을 걸죠.
Slow. Good Rose. Slow.
I was too forthcoming when they came to call. I heard Neil talking to Simon that day. I was in the hayloft. What did he say? What did he say? He called you an insane broad. He wanted Simon to drop us. He did he? I shan't forthcome again.
약속의 날이 찾아오고 잔뜩 힘을 준 채 저택 안으로 들어가는 로즈.
Welcome.
It was a highly intellectual gathering.
Take it you've tasted your first champagne this evening.
One of life's nicer rites of passage. What do you think?
It reminds me of very good ginger beer. Without the ginger.
Sweet.
His wife is called Lida. She wears too much lipstick.
식사를 마친 이들은 자연스레 사교 댄스를 즐기죠.
Treading on my feet.
So stop making up your own steps.
I didn't ask to dance with you.
Could have refused me.
그때 막둥이 토마스와 스티븐이 그 모습을 훔쳐보는데
Much better at leading than your brother.
Oh, am I? It's a really unusual dress you have on.
You mean you think it's theatrical?
Oh, no. No.
Stephen? Thomas!
이를 계기로 둘만의 시간을 갖게 된 로즈와 사이먼. 사이먼은 로즈에게 새로운 감정을 느낍니다. 한편 잡지사를 운영 중인 리다는 스티븐의 범상치 않은 외모를 단번에 알아보죠.
I'm going to photograph this.
Would you like some more?
Stephen, this is my card. 5 guineas a pop. I'd like you to consider it. You aren't going to go.
5 guineas. That'll buy a fair few bars of whole nut.
오랜만에 느껴본 달콤함에서 벗어나지 못하는 로즈.
When we got back to the dining room, I suddenly imagined being in bed with Simon.
Even with the beard?
I sort of skirted round it. If only I could get him to shave.
Wouldn't you rather have Neil? He's got a nice, clean face.
No, I wouldn't rather have Neil. You can have Neil. I'd marry Simon even if I hated him.
카사드라는 사랑 없는 결혼을 꿈꾸는 언니를 말리죠.
For marrying a bearded man that you hate.
But I don't hate him.
You're not in love with him.
I don't know why I'm excited. What it is I really feel.
Perhaps if you kissed or something.
I'm not going to let him until after he's proposed. Otherwise he might just kiss me and run and not propose at all.
자매와 사이먼 형제는 함께하는 시간이 많아지고
I made a mistake with Rose. I thought she was affected when I first met her. She's natural and spontaneous, quite unlike anyone I've ever met before.
I suppose she is.
Have you seen Rose doing cartwheels? You ever seen such a change in a girl?
Well, this must be her fresh air personality.
Yeah, the question is, how many roses are there?
그러던 어느 날 모트메인이 형제의 가족들을 집으로 초대합니다.
They didn't seem to notice it was their ham we were serving, or that they got the biggest portions.
카산드라는 로즈를 돕기 위해 나서고
Would anybody like to bathe? There's only one pair, unfortunately.
닐을 사이먼에게서 떨어뜨려 놓죠.
I don't know if these are gonna fit.
Stand by for musical accompaniment.
This is like Alaska. Well, I want to see you suffer too. Or I'm going straight back inside. Oh. Oh. Well done. Now that really is romantic. It's a shame we're not in love. And that it's so darn cold.
It's fine if you keep moving.
Will you kiss me now? Will you marry me, Rose?
Kiss me. And I'll tell you.
자매는 기쁨을 함께 나누는데
Say something, brother.
Rose, I'm sure you know everything I'm wishing you.
무슨 이유에선지 잔뜩 화가 나 있는 닐.
Only if you tell me why you don't like Rose.
Because she's a gold digger.
Oh, it's such a relief. I thought we'd never pull it off.
No. The relief is that I'm in love with him. Was it the kiss that did it? A kiss can do a lot of things. Oh, don't cry. I'm gonna take such good care of you all.
결혼식 준비를 위해 로즈는 런던으로 떠나죠.
Father went too to keep an eye on Rose, and Topaz went to keep an eye on him.
카산드라는 닐의 오해를 풀어주기 위해 편지를 쓰고
Dear Neil, Rose is in love with Simon. She was once honest enough to admit that she would have married him even if she'd hated him, so I believe her.
한편 로즈는 결혼 준비로 바쁜 나날들을 보내고 있었는데요.
I have a permanent wave and my own account at Simpsons.
And I saw that assistant who said they didn't deal in second-hand goods. She was all smiles this time. By the time you get this, it will be Midsummer's Eve. Will you do the pagan rites? Will you do them one last time for my sake?
Don't go too close.
I did this with Rose every summer. It started as a game. But after a while, we really did think the gods could hear us.
May I?
즐거운 시간을 보내는 두 사람.
I thought Rose would love Debussy, but I took her to the Wigmore Hall last week, and she sat there looking not bored exactly, just blank. She seemed further away then than she does now. You're much more clever than such a pretty girl has a right to be.
I look a lot prettier when I'm not standing next to Rose.
둘은 분위기에 취해 함께 춤을 추기 시작하는데
I don't make a habit of this sort of thing.
Nor do I. It was only a kiss, Cassandra.
It was my first kiss.
Oh my God.
달콤한 키스 뒤에 돌아온 현실은
I kissed you, Cassandra, because you've been so sweet and funny all evening. I kissed you. And that's all.
언니의 남자를 향한 자신의 마음을 깨달은 카산드라는 괴롭고 힘든 시간을 보내죠.
I'm shaking and sick with the things I have imagined. The dreams are like a drug. The magic doesn't last. And then the pain is worse than knives.
18번째 생일을 맞은 카산드라.
It's a wireless. Oh, Stephen.
From Simon.
그런데
It's not. It's a gramophone. With integral wireless.
실망한 스티븐은 그대로 나가버리는데
Stephen. Simon didn't have to work to buy me a present.
No, that was my privilege.
스티븐은 오랫동안 숨겨왔던 마음을 꺼내 보이죠.
We mustn't do this.
Why did I let it happen?
자신의 마음이 어디에 있는지 혼란스럽기만 한 카산드라.
Yes?
I'm sorry. It wasn't wrong if we love each other. I'm sorry about the kissing.
그러던 어느 날 로즈에게서 편지 한 통이 날아오는데
3 pairs of 3/4 length Hermes glacé kid gloves at 12 guineas per pair.
편지엔 온통 사치품에 관한 이야기뿐이었고
It isn't like an engaged person. She doesn't mention Simon once. Not once.
언니가 사랑 없는 결혼을 앞두고 있다는 것을 깨달은 카산드라는 서둘러 런던으로 향하죠.
Cassandra! What a wonderful surprise!
몇 마디 나눠볼 틈도 없이 로즈는 파티 준비에 나서고
This should fit you. Don't wear it anymore. We bought it off the peg.
You're looking very grown up tonight. I'm not sure that I approve.
Rose lent it to me.
어색한 시간이 흐른 뒤 카산드라는 로즈에게 진심을 묻는데
You don't love him at all, Rose.
He wears me out. Every second of every minute of every hour that we're together, he wants and he wants and he wants to be loved with every fibre of his being.
Do you want me to tell him for you?
I'm still going to marry him.
That's a wicked, wicked, wicked thing to do.
두 사람은 이 일로 말다툼을 벌이게 되고
To trap a kind, good, sensitive man into marriage and destroy him.
You're in love with him. Or he thinks you're just a funny little girl.
무작정 집을 나선 카산드라는 스티븐에게 전화를 걸죠.
Hello?
You unhappy with me?
I'm unhappy with myself.
I love you.
I know.
Is it Neil or Simon? Which one are you in love with?
Simon.
Marry me. I can make it hurt less. I can earn good money now.
I don't love you, Stephen. I don't love you.
집으로 돌아온 카산드라. 아버지를 찾기 위해 난생 처음으로 작업실에 발을 들인 그녀는 그동안 아버지가 글 작업이 아닌 미신에 빠져 있었던 걸 알게 되죠.
Seen enough.
What is all this about? You've hypnotized us all into turning a blind eye, Father. We accepted everything you did. We let you lock...
I lost my temper. I'm not myself.
This is yourself. This is why you went to prison.
Except you.
I'm staying here. I'm going to sit in this chair and watch you and wait until you've written something down.
This is worse than prison, and it might go on forever.
I have to talk to you, Mr. Cotton, before it's too late.
Writing somewhere new can be inspiring.
아버지를 성에 가둬둔 채 떠나는 카산드라.
I think this might unlock you.
Supplies!
We'll let you out when you've finished 50 pages.
50 pages? It took me a year to write 50 pages of Jacob Wrestling.
It's really good that you're feeling so angry. Harness the rain!
그리고 얼마 뒤 사이먼이 카산드라를 찾아오는데
Is Rose here?
No?
She's run away.
네 사람이 함께했던 바다를 찾아가는 카산드라와 사이먼.
The day when Neil said, "Have you ever seen such a change in a girl?"
She was being herself. That was the only difference.
She was happy here. That's what brought her back.
보디어 근처 여관에서 함께 있는 두 사람을 보게 되죠.
We were going for a swim.
And I knew then that this was love. Because my heart was breaking for him.
The rest will come.
What if it never does?
I don't know.
그동안 글을 쓰지 못한 이유를 털어놓는 아버지.
For a while, the whole world thought otherwise, and I was ashamed to be so mute in things that mattered and to be called a genius.
You are a genius.
I'm an ordinary man, and I'm not invincible. I knew she was ill, Cassandra. I knew when I went for her with the cake knife, and so did she.
Don't tell me.
She accused me of lacking tenderness. I couldn't make her secure. I couldn't make her feel loved. Even when she was dying.
밀과 로즈의 결혼식 날.
You see, I saw Neil kissing her the night he lied about the bear. Saw Rose kissing back too.
Was that before she slapped his face or after?
She never slapped his face. I went to his hotel because I believed things would come right if just one person told the truth.
Rose has never been so happy in her life.
I didn't do it for Rose. I did it for you. So you could have Simon.
그렇게 로즈는 진짜 사랑을 찾아 새로운 세계로 떠나고 아버지는 지난 괴로움에서 벗어나 단편 소설들을 써내려가죠.
Hello, anybody home?
미국으로 돌아갔던 사이먼이 카산드라를 찾아오는데
I wish I could take you with me.
Not if you're still in love with Rose.
We could be good companions, Cassandra. We could read poetry together. I could play you music. Wouldn't that be a nice little life?
Wouldn't be enough.
I don't ask for ecstasy.
I mean enough for me. Simon, I don't want to go through life like my mother, afraid that I'm not really loved. Even if it meant I could go through life with you. I'd love to see America one day, should circumstances ever prove favourable.
I will come back.
They're just not favourable now.
You are always wise beyond your years.
그렇게 한여름밤의 꿈 같은 시간은 지나가 버립니다.
There's only the last page left to write on. I fill it with words of just one syllable. I love. I have loved. I will love.